like, subscribe, and share. That's very embarrassing to say. I think that's like saying uncle to the channel. Uncle. I got you now, you motherfucker. Fucking say uncle, say uncle. Hey, you know, having been to China and learned some of their words. Shushu. Oh, how about this? Tamansher Bukeisher. The old Aussie. They were a New Zealand couple. The man was from Australia, but being that the woman was dominant, they were a New Zealand couple. And they were pricks. Martin was from New Zealand, and until I met this woman that incultulated this Aussie and made him a New Zealander, a Kiwi, till I met those two, I'd never met a bad person from New Zealand in my life. And then came these people. And they were pricks. And they would walk around and act so friendly and happy, and the best day of my life, in my time of knowing them, other than railing on them in the bus every morning, was when the woman, this old woman that took such fond care of her blonde-dyed hair. The Chinese didn't know how to deal with blonde, and she came out of it and it was green, and she went for a week or two with green hair, and it upset her so much. She just was not happy. Probably the best time that came out of them. They would walk around and act so friendly and happy and just smiles. Everyone smiles. Bienvenido a Isla Fantastico. Welcome to Fantasy Island. The plane smiles, everyone. And they walked around like that all the time. And they made friends with all these few Westerners that were in the town. All these few. And they were all in it together. They hated the Chinese and they needed to fix them. And I was there and I was trying to stay away from these Western fuckers. Occidental prick bastards. Because I wanted to see the culture. And it suited me very well. And so I learned to speak Chinese, and so did Martin from New Zealand. Very good friend that I turned my back on once. That's what I do. But if you're willing to have me back, I come back. because I've had time to think about it all. And I walked down to the corner store the one day to get beer, and as you do, you sit there. It's, I guess, what it's like with a weed dealer from what I hear on the Comedy Channel. I just have to sit down and drink several beers with the proprietors of the organization while they're working. And you just, and there goes that couple, the prick bastards. And they were on bicycles. And he says, "Oh, hi," and he waves to them. And they're like, "Hi," and they looked at me and they said, "Gah," and I'm saying, "Ha." And as they go by, I say to them what I'd learned. Tamen Shrebuka Isher. Bu means no. Tamen means they. Tamen, they. Bu, no. Ka means okay. E, one, sure is. Tamen buka isher. Them are no good. They know okay. No okay. And this guy and his wife, they laughed. They just knew they were pricks. I said, yeah. And then we were in the bus on the way into work one day, and the driver, the guy that would come and pick us up, and only Martin and I can speak Chinese because these prick bastards, they feel like the Chinese need to learn English, so they do not learn to buy their own cigarettes, their own beer. They just keep people around them all the time like an entourage. And we're in the van, and they're saying, "Good morning," and this guy's like, "Good morning," and he just acted so happy, and I looked at him. You got to practice these new phrases. I said, "Tamen Shabuka Isher," and he said, "Ha ha 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 ha," and they're in the background, and we were looking at him when I said it, and they're just like, what'd you say? Nothing. Fucking learn the language, cunt. That's a two-pronged cunt. The one that started out just one and dragged another one into it. That's a two-pronged cunt. I've still got my fingers. And so, you get that. You get all these people telling you what you're supposed to do. And the thing I think about when I said shoo shoo, I still haven't done it, but I'm waiting for the day because I always find myself having to detain people saying calm down in their ear because they attack me. And I one day, there's still a little time left, I'm gonna just have them say shoo shoo, say shoo shoo, and they're like, huh? Say shoo shoo. I'm very, very believable in my times of truth, and they'll say shoo shoo, shoo shoo, and I'll just jump up and say, he said shoo shoo. Shoo shoo in Chinese is uncle. He said shoo shoo. And he'll do the same as everybody else that I detain when they attack me. The next time he sees me, he'll buy me a drink. So here we are. I watched some video today because it came up. I can't say I saw all of it, but it was telling me how to do things. And I'm supposed to say, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Shoo shoo. I've always been embarrassed about saying anything like that because I make my own way. But I'm going to tell you what, if you like, share, and subscribe, and comment, don't expect me to answer. You think I'm sitting around all day looking at this? I'm drinking most of the time. It's only every once in a while that I get up to talk. It's like vomit. But if you were to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I could afford more beer. And if I could afford more beer and more time with you, then we may get to the bottom of nuclear fission and all these things that, why don't we have it figured out? They've all got us trapped in a hole right now. You can't afford to sit around all day drinking beer all day. 12 hours is all I get out of affordability on a day of drinking. That's an average. Above and below. Okay, 14 hours. So if we want to get to the bottom of all this, it's time to start sharing.